No greatness without goodness. On the surface is a story about a parent with a child with a disability who's decided to launch a disability hiring initiative at work, and it ended up spreading across companies and across the United States and actually the world. But more importantly, it's a story about love, the pain of love, the joy of love, and the power of love, and about tapping into that deep longing inside of each of us to make a difference. Every one of my children is precious, and everyone's different. Austin is probably different from most kids, and because of his disability. But there's a certain joy. Austin's been a great teacher. He's taught me patience, but he also reminds me of how different we are, but how much alike we are. It's so easy to ignore the world as it is. And Austin's gift for me was to see a reality, and I couldn't turn away from it. But in turning and facing it, there's where my faith grew. In high school, Austin got to try out several jobs because they want to be able to assess his skills and what would be applicable for him. And those were all unpaid internships called volunteering. One thing I learned is Austin doesn't like to volunteer. Altruism is not one of his traits. And today he has a job where he works 3 days a week, 4 hours a day. We gave him a calendar. You don't know how he's going to enjoy his job, if he's going to be good at it. So we gave him a calendar so he could start keeping up with his dates, whether it be doctor appointments or whatever. There are 2 entries on his calendar: payday and payday. So does a job make a difference in Austin's life? Certainly, it makes a difference in everybody's life. But a job is more than a job. It's given him a sense of satisfaction, a sense of independence that he'd never had, and payday and payday. At the end of a career, or at the end of a lifetime, we tend to look back and think about all our achievements, but more importantly, how we got there, and the journey of who helped us and those we helped. So I wrote this sort of a logbook of my journeys that others who come behind might pick it up and find it useful in theirs. It's a reminder that there is no them, just us. And that seeing the struggle of other people, we become more compassionate. And in seeing how they deal with that struggle, we get to draw from their strength.